YouTube? This is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your Week 8 start and sit videos for the running back position. If you guys have not already, make sure you check out our quarterback start and sit video to get you guys ready for this week. Again, we have a Thursday night game, which will be the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We also have a Sunday London game between the Jaguars and the Broncos early, 9:30 Eastern time, okay? 9:30 a.m. So all you Western folks got to be prepared for that, so make sure you guys are ready. Now, there are two teams on a bye, Chiefs and Chargers. So right now, Eckler being a big one out this week, so obviously you got to play somebody else in there. These are going to be obvious starts to the running back position. These guys right here should be starting, even if it's a poor matchup, just because of what they are able to do. But these are the ones you're really looking forward to starting. McCaffrey's an interesting one because I do want to see how they're going to utilize him, being now that he's going to have a full week of practice. So I'm really interested in that one, but these guys absolutely should be starting. Now, first running back I'm going to mention as a good start is going to be Kenneth Walker. This man has been a beast since getting the starting role ever since Penny went down for the season. Going against the Giants this week, Giants have a very good defense, but as of late, they allowed some really big running games. Last week, for example, they allowed Etienne to have 114 rushing yards. The week before that, Kenyon Drake had 119 rushing yards. Giants are allowing 19.8 points and allowing 118 yards per game. What they do well is keep running backs really low, the reception game, but I do like this matchup. Walker had 168 rushing yards this past Sunday. The week before, they had 97 rushing yards. The ground game really has been a focal point for Seattle, and I don't see that changing for this game because they want to keep it close for Seattle to have a chance to win. I like Kenneth Walker a lot. He was my favorite running back rookie going into this year. If you guys checked out any of my Dynasty rankings, I thought he was phenomenal. I'm glad he's getting his chance to shine. Now, the other running back I have as a good start this week is going to be Tony Pollard versus the Bears. Now, Bears allow 25 points a game and 112 rushing yards. They also allow 4 receptions per game. Pollard is in a great position to put up similar numbers that Ramondre Stevenson did on Monday night, where he had 19 fantasy points. Zeke is dealing with a knee injury, so they may lower his snap count a little bit. He's still expected to play, but I think Pollard gets a little bit more snaps this week. And again, I think the addition of having Dak back adds Tony Pollard's PPR relevance even higher because he is going to be involved a lot more in the passing game. And I think this is a really good one for him against the Chicago Bears. Another running back I'm going to mention is Travis Etienne. It is now Etienne season. Look, James Robinson got traded to the Jets, if you guys haven't already known. So now it is the Etienne backfield. Going against the Broncos, and again, this is in London. Broncos were about to give up a lot to Breece Hall this past weekend. So with that said, Etienne's going to get a lot of snaps, a lot of looks, whether it's in the passing game or running. He's shined a lot, averaging 14 points a game lately. And then again, his utilization is going to be high. Broncos do allow 5 receptions and 95 rushing yards. So being that this is a London game, I think any team that travels always typically tries to use the running game a little bit more, especially in a travel this far and against a really good defense. Like I said, I didn't love Trevor Lawrence in this matchup, but I do like Travis Etienne. Now, as the first running back I'm going to sit this week is going to be David Montgomery against the Dallas Cowboys. Look, Barkley has been the only running back that has been successful against Dallas. Cowboys are the second best against the running back, only allowing 17.5 points collectively and under 95 rushing yards. Also, they've only allowed 2 touchdowns this season to running backs, period, whether it be the passing side or the rushing side. Montgomery had 12 points last week and it struggled against the Patriots, and this is an even better matchup for the Cowboys to just absolutely dominate. I just don't trust Montgomery this week. I love him for some of these games coming up the rest of the season, but not this week. Darrell Henderson's another running back I'm not starting this week against the 49ers. Henderson obviously is currently the guy after the whole Cam Akers situation going on. He's still currently being shopped around. Right now, we're not sure what's going on with that whole situation, but there are going to be some people tempted to play Darrell Henderson, or maybe you have to because he might be the only option you have as far as running back goes. But 49ers do a really good job against the run. They're holding running backs to 17.8 points and only 70 rushing yards. And if you look at the rest of the season, Darrell Henderson does not have a good rest of the season for the most part. The next 4 games are against some of the best run defenses in the league. And then on top of that, Kyren Williams is expected to be back. So unless Darrell Henderson has a big game, he's going to be tough to hold on to. Another running back I have as a good sit this week is going to be Dameon Pierce against the Titans. Pierce has done a phenomenal job, and I hate to have him sit because I do like him overall. I think he's going to be a really good running back for the rest, hopefully the rest of his career. But the Titans have done pretty good. Now, they do hold running backs to 21.8 points, and under 85 rushing yards. So there's some expectation of Pierce doing pretty well. And they do allow some receptions, but a lot of that goes to obviously still Burkhead for the Texans. He still gets a lot of the passing downs. Pierce did actually have 4 or 5 receptions last week, which helped him a lot. But they've only the Titans have only allowed 100 rushing yards to one guy, and that's Barkley. Barkley obviously is a phenomenal running back. So the fact is, all these running backs the Titans have gone against, that's it. They haven't allowed 100 rushing yards. They do a really good job at stopping the run. And this Texans team it's really through the running game. So I don't know if I trust Pierce. You may have to play him, but I don't trust him this week. Now, my first sleeper I have is Raheem Mostert versus the Lions. Lions allowed 29.2 points to the running backs, which is almost dead last. The Texans are the worst. On top of that, they allow 129 rushing yards and a touchdown per game. Mostert has been pretty inconsistent, but out of 2 of the last 3 games, he's put up 19 fantasy points and a touchdown. So I like this matchup a lot for him. And again, I think they're going to rely on the run a little bit more, just a little bit, because of Tua still dealing with his now second game back from his concussion. I do see them using him a little bit more, and the Lions obviously do give up a lot against the run. Jonathan Taylor is a sleeper for me this week against the Commanders. And it's weird to say sleeper and Taylor in the same sentence, but this is where we are at this point in fantasy. You're starting him most likely anyways, no matter what, but his performance has been very subpar, underwhelming. But I have hope for him this week. Commanders aren't great against running backs. They're allowing 22.9 points and 90 rushing yards. Colts have changed to their quarterback, which I think is only going to help and benefit Taylor. Now, the offensive line should be the biggest concern, obviously, but if they change the game plan, which I'm expecting, where they're going to run a little bit more and actually use Taylor properly, I do expect him as a good sleeper this week and hopefully turn around the rest of his season. So those are my start sits for the running back week 8. If you guys do have questions of who you should be starting and sitting, of course, hit us up in the comments. Trade deadline's heading up soon. So of course, if you have trade deadlines, always ask us there as well. We'll be able to help answer any of those comments for you. If you guys are new to the channel, or if you guys did enjoy the content and you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell is on. That way you guys are notified every time we drop a video just like this. And of course, if you guys enjoy the content, hit the like button is greatly appreciated. It just shows the appreciation that what we've been putting out for you guys has been great. We love all seeing those comments that we've helped you guys in fantasy and help you guys get some wins. So of course, we want to continue doing that for you guys. Again, check out our start and sit quarterback. Stay tuned to our start and sit wide receiver and tight end, and I'll check you guys out next time.